And now we would like to welcome Eric Reed, COO of AECOM Tishman. Vinny Olu, Laborers Local 66. Assembly Member, Mikael Salages. Mark Holliday, New York Racing Association Chairman. And ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we welcome the 57th Governor of the great state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul. Once again, please welcome Governor of New York, Kathy Hochul.
Please be seated, everyone. Wow, I know a lot of people were acknowledged, but I'm really, really excited to see all of you here today. This is a vision that has come to reality, and sometimes in government there's lots of great ideas, and there's many, many shelves built to house all those ideas because they never happen. And this is one that you are here witnessing history, and I could not be more excited. I want to thank our host, David O'Rourke, president of NYRA here today, and of course, Mark Holliday, who brought this concept to me. Well, I was one of the first to see it, and there's a phrase that knocked your socks off. It knocked my socks off. It had such a wow factor to it. And I said, that could be brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can we make this happen? And so he showed us the path forward, and I want to thank him for being our resident visionary, who's really the genesis of this, as well as our entire commission and NYRA and everybody who stood together and said that we can do something better here. This community deserves more, and I want to give a special round of applause to Mark Holliday and everyone at NYRA for making this happen today. All my colleagues in state government have been recognized as well, and I'll see the Assembly member who represents this area, Assembly member Shalages, and she's a driving force, and I know she's dedicated to this community. She wants to create jobs, good paying jobs for everyone. She wanted us to be cleaned up and people proud of this, and I want to thank her. Let's give her a special round of applause as well. Assembly member Shalages. All my partners in government, again, who've been recognized. And also, I know we have some members of my team. Our Commissioner of the Gaming Commission, Brian O'Dwyer, has been recognized. I want a special shout out to Brian, and Kevin Law, the Empire State Development Chair as well. So 2.5 years ago, we made a big bet on this place. People weren't sure. And it was just a small amount of money that was required to make it happen. $455 million loan. You had me at hello when you said loan. Okay, because usually people don't put that word loan behind it. But to launch one of the greatest, largest racetrack projects ever in history right here. And a world-class facility. You know, Mark and I were talking about, you know, the tracks we have here. Is there anything else like it? Perhaps in Dubai. I don't know. I haven't been there lately, but I'm going to say no because I have not seen it. And so what it does is it projects us into the future, but it honors Belmont's storied past. And that's the genius behind this. And we can carry racing into the future, and this bold vision is going to continue. And just those of you who are here just last April, pile of rubble. And the Assembly member and I were talking about what this was like. And for people who live around here, it just didn't seem to have a sense of pride around it. I mean, this is an antiquated facility. Its days were numbered. No one had the vision to take it from the status quo to the future, and everyone here was involved in making that happen. But also 18 months of hard work. 3,700 union members. With our hard hats on, let's give them a round of applause. All of our members, Vinnie Alou, the laborers, Local 66, and everyone else involved in this. These are the projects I love the best. You know, transforming something that needed transformation, but also how we get that done. And to know is, I'm a daughter of union workers. You know, my father and grandfathers wore hard hats. They worked hard with their hands and made steel by day. And I see that in all of you, that pride when you're going to come back with your families and say, I made this happen. So I tip my hat to all of you as well. But also, the racing world is paying attention to this. You know, this is what we wanted, right? Breeders' Cup. I made a few arguments to the principals at the Breeders' Cup, and they saw what we were doing here and knew that it was time to bring back racing's most prestigious event back to Belmont. So 2 years from now, there'll be over 50,000 fans screaming at the top of their lungs as they descend on Elmont for the Breeders' Cup Championships. And it's been a long time in coming. I don't think it's been since 2005. And so luckily we didn't have to wait any longer for that. But I just want to say, Mark can describe all the amenities, but the high-end dining and the beverage outlets and the suites and the tunnels to connect fans and all the great things that are happening here. And also what makes me so excited, the $155 million economic impact. This is what this community needs and deserves. So let's give a round of applause to the people who will spend the money here. But this is more than just the money. It's about, again, enshrining that place forever in the future, a place where Julie Crone wrote her way into history as the first and only woman to win a Triple Crown race. The place where Secretariat won the Belmont Stakes by a stunning 31 lengths. So let's continue on building on that legacy, a great story, but let's think about what the future holds for all of us and the great milestones and history that will be made into the future. So I'm so excited to be here. Can't wait to come back. Mark gave me the date, next September for the ribbon cutting. I'm sharpening up my scissors right now, but let me turn it over to a man who understands the power of place and making a place be as magnificent as it possibly can, and that person is Mark Holliday. Congratulations, Mark. You made this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, our NYRA chair.
Okay, thank you for those overly generous remarks, Governor Hochul. What a great day for New York and the sport of horse racing. Today is an important milestone on the path to developing this world-class track. There's really nothing more I can add to the governor's comments about, the importance of the transformation, the importance of ambition, progress, vision, everything. That's how we move forward in New York State. And when this is done in less than 1 year, it's going to be something that we won't just be proud of. It's going to be something that's going to get the world's attention. And we are so fortunate to have leadership that provides us with the tools and with the cash to be able to succeed, because that's what it takes to get something like this done. And nowhere is that more apparent than here at this historic property where Governor Hochul believed in our vision for the future from the very beginning, from day one. She recognized the importance of horse racing to the economy, but also to the culture of this state. This is an agrarian state upstate, and we respect our horses, riding, racing, showmanship. It is, something that is endemic to the state of New York, and Governor Hochul stood up and supported all the people here to make this happen. We are here today because of her, and she's been a champion for New Belmont Park for horse racing since the very first day she took office. This is a new era for horse racing in New York, and it's my privilege, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of NYRA, to thank the governor for making this vision a reality. The laying in of the final steel beam right behind us, it's an important milestone, especially to the people that are here every day, working hard in all weather conditions to make this happen. In racing parlance, when that beam goes up, this is the turn for home. And in less than 1 year, this facility is going to be buttoned up, and you're going to see something that is going to be awe-inspiring. This state-of-the-art facility affects our built environment in a very positive way and demonstrates the art of what's possible when talented designers, engineers, construction managers, tradespeople, laborers get together and they have a dedication to making something very special happen. That's the only way a $500 million project like this gets done. And we don't stop even for this ceremony. They're still working. Keep going, hammer away, because we got to make our date in September. And you know, having grown up right here in Huntington, Long Island, this is like an extra special day for me. Never did I imagine 47 years ago when I watched a firm win the Belmont Stakes and I fell in love with horse racing for the very first time that I would be standing here with all of you to celebrate this enormous achievement, this topping out, which will undoubtedly be the greatest thoroughbred racing and entertainment facility in the world. Governor, I'm happy to confirm that with less than a year to go, through the incredible efforts of this dedicated team of people, your project is on time and on budget. All right? Because New Yorkers and skilled union laborers know how to get the job done. So thank you. And let's make no mistake about it, this is the most forward-leaning and complex racetrack construction project, I think, in the history of racetrack development. This modern grandstand is going to stand the test of time. It was designed to immediately take its place among not only the world's finest, most distinctive racetracks, but of any sporting venue throughout the world. This will be seen on television for Breeders' Cup Belmont and on every day on Fox Sports, and people are going to immediately identify this place, this moment, and what it means. And perhaps most importantly, when racing returns to this park, we're going to be running on 4 of the greatest and most technologically advanced track surfaces the sport's ever seen to promote safety for the equine athlete and for the human athletes, our jockeys. We're making important and lasting improvements also to an area back there called the backstretch, and that's to improve the quality of life for the 1,000 workers who are so integral to this sport. It's a responsibility of NYRA and a shared priority with the governor and our partners in this development to make sure that the backstretch conditions are on par with this facility. So we've built new housing, upgraded medical facilities, modernized technology, and improved the general infrastructure for those 1,000 families that are up at 4 or 5 in the morning and work till sunset and are the backbone of this sport. And it's not only the smart thing to do, it's the right thing to do, and which is why we'll continue to focus our resources there now and in the future. Congratulations to the governor, to the NYRA team, led by the extremely talented and capable President David O'Rourke, and an amazing construction team at NYRA, led by Glenn Kozak and John Crush, and to everybody here today for your hard work in getting us to this point. I look forward to gathering again next September, where we'll cut a ribbon on a new day for thoroughbred racing in New York. Thank you, and I'd like to now turn it over to Michaela Solanges, Assemblywoman. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, New York. Isn't this an exciting day? And it's especially exciting to the community members of Elmont and Floral Park. And I just want to give a round of applause to the many community members who are sitting here in the crowd. Please, they're really the lifeblood of our local area. It's an honor to join the governor. Thank you, Governor, for everything. And my colleagues, thank you for believing in Elmont and Floral Park in this dream. And to all of us, because this milestone is great when we talk about Belmont. And this is more than a construction milestone. This is about our legacy, our pride here in New York State. Since 1905, Belmont has been a crown jewel for our community. People from around the world come here to see horse racing. And I think it's better than the other 2 tracks in the Preakness, forget about them. Kentucky, they stink. But back to the event at hand. I thank all the workers here, and look at them, they're amazing, who helped build this. I really am appreciative because at the end of the day, this new Belmont, this complex, is about making sure that we grow Long Island. So we're creating local jobs, we're supporting the small business in the community, we're strengthening the regional economy, and we're proving that communities can be invested into, that communities can thrive through New York State. So Belmont, as we know, is home of the test of champions. But we have to believe that the real test belongs to every generation. It's not only about horses, it's about us meeting the challenge and building and rebuilding. It's about making sure that we believe that we can achieve the greatest things here. So I want you to look around because we're achieving greatness. We are proving that the test of champions is the great place. So I'm grateful to NYRA, always been a partner to the community. Thank you to the board as well. Again, to the governor and to the legislature, my colleagues who helped make this possible, because there were a lot of naysayers out there, right? There were a lot of people who were saying that they shouldn't make this investment. But we held true and we completed the project. And this commitment really reflects a true partnership that we have in the Elmont and Floral Park community. So thank you to everyone here, especially the mayors of the local communities. And this is what's possible when we believe that New York can be the greatest state in the country. So with that, I want to bring up Vinnie Alou, who's from the Laborers 66.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Vinnie Alou. I'm the business manager at Laborers Local 66, Nassau Suffolk Building Construction Trades Council. President Arasich wasn't available today. He reached out to me late last week when he realized he wasn't going to be able to make it, asked me to step in and offer these thoughts. We shared perspectives for a few minutes, and I'd like to offer this. But first, I want to say thank you, Governor. Thank you. From Belmont to Jones Beach to Cold Spring Harbor, you've invested in Long Island over and over again. You're not the governor of the most union-dense state in these continental 48 by accident. We get that. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand at the threshold of an exciting new chapter for New York State, one that combines innovation, opportunity, and collaboration for the benefit of our great Empire State. Governor Kathy Hochul's leadership is paving the way for a groundbreaking project that will not only enhance our world-renowned racing tradition, but also strengthen our economy for years to come. The partnership between New York State Racing, AECOM Tishman, and organized labor is a premier model of what can be achieved when we work together. By utilizing a project labor agreement, we're ensuring that the construction of a state-of-the-art grandstand at Belmont Racetrack will bring high-quality, unionized jobs that include apprenticeship training programs to our communities. This PLA guarantees skilled labor, timely completion, and above all, fair wages for workers who will be building this iconic structure. Governor Hochul has been a staunch supporter of this initiative, recognizing that the investments like these create jobs, stimulate local economies, and ensure that New York remains at the forefront of innovation and infrastructure. This project is not just about building a grandstand, it's about building a future that works for all New Yorkers. By supporting this development, we are creating a lasting legacy, one that will attract visitors, drive tourism, and bring lasting economic benefits to the region. It's a win for workers, a win for the racing community, and most importantly, a win for the people in New York State. Let us continue to work together as partners in progress to ensure that Empire State's economy thrives for generations to come. I thank you on behalf of the Long Island's Building Construction Trades Council, which is comprised of 65,000 skilled men and women who are proud to be among the safest and best trained workforce in New York State. Thank you. Thank you, Governor. And I'd like to bring to the podium Eric Reed, Chief Operating Officer, AECOM Tishman.
Thank you, Vinnie. This is a unique time on a mega project where we actually pause for a few minutes and really celebrate not just the progress, but the people who got us here. And today is one of those locations, and I'm immensely proud to represent AECOM Tishman, but also as a lifelong resident of Floral Park, who graduated from high school just a couple hundred yards away, who visited this campus with my family. So as the leader of AECOM Tishman, along with my partner, John Kovacs, and a resident here, thank you to Mark Holliday, thank you to the governor, thank you to the Assemblywoman for your leadership in getting us here. And of course, thank you to the building trades. As Vinny mentioned, thank you for the tremendous work. We see the quality already in our structural steel, in our concrete trades, and that will continue to grow in the 11 months we have left. The new Belmont Park will reinforce New York's position as the international capital of horse racing. And with the new state-of-the-art campus, we will be redefining the experience for racing fans across the Empire State and the world. But projects of this scale, complexity, and speed are rare and only come about perhaps a few times in our careers, for they require the assembly of a unique team of skilled and trained union workers, project leadership, both union and government, a world-class design team, which we have here in this project, Populous, Thornton Tomasetti, ME Engineering, and Bowler, and a construction management team that guides all of this horsepower to the finish line, pun intended. Thanks to this team. Again, thank you, Governor Hochul, to Mark Holliday, the NYRA team. Thank you for the vision. Thank you for getting us to this point, and we will make that deadline, as you said. Visitors, when they come here, will now experience a one-of-a-kind campus with a 5-story grandstand, a new clubhouse, and a new rooftop terrace with 5 times more green space. Our work here together is not just about building this project, but about the economic development, about the construction worker jobs that the previous speakers mentioned. And again, as a local resident, I'm excited about that. Certainly a remarkable achievement by any measure. And that's really why we're here today. When we raise this beam together, we're raising our hopes for a stronger economy and a stronger New York, for the sake of our families and our friends and generations that will come after us. For more than 125 years, AECOM Tishman has served as a trusted partner, constructor, and construction manager for iconic projects that have shaped New York, from skyline-defining super tall residential and commercial towers, all the way to sports venues like our work here and just up the road at Arthur Ashe. We certainly build New York with you, with union skilled trade labor. The governor and AECOM Tishman, and certainly all of the project leadership, requires the highest standards of excellence from our union workforce and union leadership, which when I look at it is really founded on 3 basic principles, which you've proven to us from what we've seen so far. You are the most skilled workforce. You are the most productive workforce. And we also require you to be the safest workforce available. And we see that. Having 2 out of the 3 won't get us to the finish line. You may be the most skilled and most productive, but if we're not the safest workforce together, we will not get to the goal the governor and Mark Holliday has set for us. So in closing, I'd like to express our thanks and gratitude to a few people, to Matt Arakish, President of the Building and Construction Trades Council of Nassau and Suffolk Counties, and to all his affiliates working on this project belonging to his council. Thank you. Job well done. To our site civil and structural trades who we see at work today, Rotora and Sons, Excavation Foundation, Roger and Sons, Superstructure Concrete, Metropolitan Walter Structural Steel, and the beautiful glass facade that you see going on the south side of the building by W&W. Thank you. To our NYRA project team, to John Crush, to Shay Linane, and to Rob Serace, thank you for your on-site project leadership, working with the AECOM Tishman team to lead the path for where we got to today. And of course, our AECOM Tishman project team, led by Rob Blackman, Mike Goldberg, Roger Satina, Pat Riley, and the dozens of other Field staff, superintendents, and office staff, thank you for your dedication to this project. Thank you for the hours that you put in, and thank you for the dedication to safety as we approach the finish line together here. At AECOM Tishman, our goal has always been to improve the way New Yorkers live, work, and build. And today we're fulfilling that goal because of you and because of your leadership, Governor. Thank you. And now I'd like to declare we have a beam to raise.
Everyone, please stay seated as we take some photos. We'd now like to invite all the tradespeople on the stage for a photo opportunity.